Hi, it's Jeff here at StockIdeas. Buffett, The Making of an American Capitalist by Roger Lowenstein. There you go. Although we did a book review already on The Snowball by Alice Schroeder, this was the first Warren Buffett biography ever published. It came out in 1995, and before that, despite being the second richest person in the world, Buffett was a little bit of an enigma. Not too much was known about him. Lowenstein here shed some light. And just a note, this version, it's about 432 pages with a couple pictures, and it was updated in 2008. So there is an afterword that provides some more up-to-date context. The rest of the book kind of focuses on, of course, Warren Buffett's early years, and then, the early career decision-making. It turned into some really productive years for Berkshire Hathaway in the late 80s and early 90s. And then the other cool thing is that since this was written so long ago, all the praise is really validated when you look back kind of 20 years and you say, wow, Lowenstein, you really hit the nail on the head with this one. So the main thing I want to cover, though, in this book review is, now that we've done a couple of videos on Warren Buffett, his Berkshire Hathaway Letters, and The Snowball, you might be wondering, Jeff, why would I ever read Buffett by Lowenstein? Now, I concede that Snowball, is a really in-depth view at Warren Buffett, and especially at the relationships in his life, both personal and professional, and how they shape his decision-making. Which was super interesting, but when I finished The Snowball, it sort of left me wishing for a little bit more. And that's when I found Buffett, which I actually did read this book second, even though it was published, way earlier than The Snowball. And the reason I sought it out, and the reason I was so happy with it, Lowenstein really focuses on, how he really looks at Warren Buffett's investment decision-making and his capital allocation decision-making, and kind of tries to elucidate or distill the take-home lessons for retail investors like you and me. So that's what I found really interesting in this book, and that's what I felt the other Warren Buffett biography was missing, and why Lowenstein's Buffett is worth reading. Just because he really focuses on understanding how Buffett makes these decisions, what he looks for in investments, what meets his criteria, what doesn't meet his criteria, and of course he uses a lot of anecdotal and a lot of examples to convey these points. So it's certainly not in a vacuum. It's not theory. It's really looking at the career, the progression from running a couple of investment partnerships to becoming one of the most prominent capitalists in America, and understanding what consistent decision-making criteria can we highlight, and then how can individual investors learn from that. So that's the reason that I'd recommend Buffett, The Making of an American Capitalist, and why I think it's different than The Snowball and worth reading. If you're interested in money management, I think if you're just curious about Warren Buffett, you'll probably find The Snowball more than sufficient. And I'd recommend you read that because it was published much more recently, and is a bit more complete look at the life and times of Warren Buffett. On the other hand, if you're interested in investing and money management and capital allocation, Buffett by Lowenstein gives you a much better view of just how Buffett did it. And that was a perspective that I really enjoyed. If you're looking for more information, just click the link below this video. Click through to stockideas.org for a more complete, in-depth written book review. And then you can also look at my book review of The Snowball and the Warren Buffett Berkshire Hathaway Letters. So I hope you found this useful. Lots more at stockideas.org, so just hit the link below this video. Thanks very much.